In post-revolutionary Egypt, where hope and confusion collide in the daily struggle to build a new nation, religion has emerged as a powerful political force, following an uprising that was based on secular ideas. The Muslim Brotherhood, an Islamist group once banded by the state, is at the forefront, transformed into a tacit partner that with the military government that many fear will thwart fundamental changes. It is also clear that the young, educated, secular activists who initially propelled the non-ideological revolution are no longer the driving political force, at least not at the moment. As the best organized and most extensive opposition movement in Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood was expected to have an edge in the contest for influence. But what surprises many is its link to the military that vilified it. There is evidence the Muslim Brotherhood struck some kind of a deal with the military early on, said Elijah Zarwan, a senior analyst with the International Crisis Group. It makes sense if you are the military. You want stability and people off the street. The Brotherhood is one address where you can go and get hundreds of thousands of people off the street. There is a battle consuming Egypt about the direction of its revolution, and the military council that is running the country is sending contradictory signals. On Wednesday, the council endorsed a plan to outlaw demonstrations and sit-ins. Then, a few hours later, the public prosecutor announced that the former interior minister and other security officials would be charged with the killings of hundreds during the protests. Egyptians are searching for signs of clarity in such declarations, hoping to discern the direction of a state led by the secretive military council, brought to power by a revolution based on demands for democracy, rule of law, and an end to corruption. "We are all worried," said Amir Kahur, 55, a television producer reflecting the opinions of the secular minority. "The young people have no control of the revolution anymore. It was evident in the last few weeks when you saw a lot of bearded people taking charge. The youth are gone." The Muslim Brotherhood is also regarded warily by some religious Egyptians who see it as an elitist secret society. When the new Prime Minister, Issam Sharif, addressed the crowd in Tahrir Square this month, Mohammed el-Beltagi, a prominent Brotherhood member, stood by his side. A Brotherhood member was also appointed to the committee that drafted amendments to the Constitution. But the most obvious and consequential example was the recent referendum on the amendments in the nation's first post-Mubarak balloting. The amendments essentially call for speeding up the election process so that parliamentary contests can be held before September, followed soon after by a presidential race. That expedited calendar is seen as giving an advantage to the Brotherhood and to the remnants of Mr. Mubarak's National Democratic Party, which have established national networks. The next parliament will oversee drafting a new constitution. Before the vote, Issam el-Iria, a Brotherhood leader and spokesman, appeared on a popular television show, The Reality, arguing for the government's position in favor of the proposal. With a record turnout, the vote was hailed as a success, but the Yes campaign was based largely on a religious appeal. Voters were warned that if they did not approve the amendments, Egypt would become a secular state without a religion. "I worry about going too fast towards elections, that the parties are still way too weak," said Nabel Hamed Helmi, former dean of the Zagazig Law School, and a member of the National Council for Human Rights. The only thing left right now is the Muslim Brotherhood. I do think that people are trying to take over the revolution. Egypt is still a work in progress. Ola Shaba, 32, a member of a group in the youth coalition behind the protest, said, "After the results of the referendum, we need to be humble." The coalition and others have said that they see the overwhelming approval of the amendments and the rise of the Brotherhood as worrisome and as evidence that more liberal forces need to organize in a more effective outreach campaign, and fast. The Egyptian people should be worried. The Muslim Brotherhood is trying to speed up the September elections, which would give them a major advantage toward gaining control of the government. It also appears the ruling Egyptian military leaders have embraced them, even though top Egyptian leaders are claiming the peace agreement with Israel will remain strong if the Muslim Brotherhood takes control, as many believe. That will change quickly. If the military commanders, who have no love for Israel, have sided with the Brotherhood, war could be on the horizon. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.